Hi everyone, it's Orkan. Today we have a problem when we are given M to N grid where 0 represents the empty cell and the 1 represents an obstacle. So for example, we have obstacle grid here where 0 is the empty cell and the 1 is the obstacle. So what we need to do is, what's our goal here, right? The goal is to find the number of the unique paths from the top left corner, so which means from here to the bottom right corner to here, and we can only move to right and down. If the cell contains an obstacle, so it means that it cannot be visited, so we cannot go to that cell. So we have already solved exactly the same problem, but with one difference is that in previous solution we did not have an obstacle, right? How we are going to solve this problem? We are going to solve this problem using a dynamic programming approach, and specifically we are going to use a pattern which I call a quintessential dynamic programming problem. So over the years, when solving dynamic programming problems, I have created a number of the patterns that you can use in order to solve this problem. One of them is a quintessential dynamic programming problem. If you haven't watched that video about the patterns in dynamic programming, I would advise you to watch that, because that would help you to develop more skills to understand, to deeply understand how exactly you can, in which case you can apply which pattern to solve the dynamic programming problem. So what's the quintessential dynamic programming problem? Quintessential dynamic programming problem is that when in the requirement to the problem you are already given the how exactly you are going to store your subproblem. So one of the problems when solving dynamic programming problem is that it's not exactly clear where exactly you are going to store your subproblems and what should be the subproblems. In this case, the subproblems are very clear, and you can store that easily with in the same size of the two-dimensional array that is in the input. So let's go over it, and it will be more clear what exactly we are talking about here. So for example, in this case we have an obstacle grid, and we need to find a number of the ways going from here to here. So how we are going to solve this problem? So first is that for the row, right? For the row, for us to go from here to here or here, there is only one way, right? So first what we do is we are populating all our rows, our first row and the first column, we are populating that with the ones. But if let's say that we have here 1, so if we have here 1, so which means that there is an obstacle, right? So we cannot go to the further cells. So in that case, all the cells that come after when we have an obstacle, we are setting those values to 0, right? So in this case, we don't have it, so all the values here for the row and for the column, they will be the same. They will be 1. So the values for the row and for the first row and the first column are 1s, and now we need to populate the rest of the two-dimensional array, right? So for our subproblems. So how about here, right? So let's say that we have populated row and we have populated row and we have populated the first row and the first column. How about here for this position? For this position, the value is 1, so which means that it's an obstacle, so we cannot go here. So we are setting this value to 0. How about here? How about here? For this one, for this position, we can come on either from here, from the top, or from the left, right? From the top, there is only one way to come here, so 1 plus, and to here, we cannot come from this position because this is an obstacle, right? So 1 plus 0 gives us 1, so we are adding 1 here. Now let's go and populate the rest again. Here, we can come either from the top, from here, or from here. We cannot come from the top because this value is 0. This is an obstacle. We can come only from the left, so we are setting this value to 1. How about the last one? The last one that we need to return, because this is the position, right? So we need to go from here to here. So we can come either from here, from the top, or from the left. So 1 plus 1 gives us 2, and we are returning 2 as a result. So as you can see here, quintessential dynamic programming problem, which means that what we do here is we are already given a grid, so we are creating two-dimensional array with the same size. We are solving our subproblems, and we are storing in our two-dimensional array and we are building up to our solution, and at the end we are just returning this result. Okay, let's go to the code. In the code, so what we do, right? So first one is that we are initializing first column and the first row. For the first column, we are checking that if the value is equals to 0, if the value is equals to 0, and we are creating one more variable, which is the x obstacle, right? If the value is equals to 0 and the obstacle is true, then in that case, there is only one way, right? So we can go here to the next column. There is only one way. But if we, at a certain point, we see that if the value is not equals to 0, if the value is not equals to 0, then it means that there is an obstacle. If there is an obstacle, so we cannot go to that column, right? So for that and for all the consequent columns, we are setting that value to 0. So that's how we are populating the first column. And the next one is that we are doing that exactly the same with the first row. So we are creating y obstacle, and we are checking that if the value is equals to 0 and the y obstacle is equals to true, so we are setting that value to 1, right? So there is one way to go to that row, to that cell. And if that is not, at certain point we see an obstacle, then we cannot go all the consequent cells, right? So we are setting those values to 0. So after populating the first row and the first column, we are populating the rest of our table, rest of our two-dimensional array table, right? So what we do here is that we are going over our grid, and at each step we are checking that if the value is equals to 1, if the value is equals to 1, which means that there is an obstacle, right? So we are setting the value of our two-dimensional array to 0. So there is no way, so with that we can go to that cell because there is an obstacle. If that is not, so how we can go to that cell, right? So we can go either from the top or from the left, right? So that's exactly what we are doing. We are adding a sum of the whatever the value we have at the top and whatever value we have on the left, because we have already solved these subproblems. That helps us to build up to our solution. And at the end, we are just returning the value on the last cell.